Welcome everyone to the 2021 Peridot Cup Round 2 fixtures. I am Hugh1 and today we're going to be discussing all 8 of the games for the next round. Now, previously there were 16 games in the first round of the Peridot Cup, as there were 32 franchises in that cup, but recently changed as half of them got eliminated within the first round, and the remaining teams will be playing in the second round and trying to survive that. Now, the winners of the second round of the Peridot Cup will move on to the quarterfinals along with 7 other teams, as there will be 8 teams in the quarterfinals, and it's going to be exciting. Now, if you haven't checked out the Discord for the Ultimate Access League, Ultimate Access Football League, the 2020 season has been canceled, as we have plans for 2021 to expand to 36 teams. As this does include starting next month, as the next cup will have 36 teams, so there will be a play-in round in the next cup, starting with the Sapphire Cup coming up next month. Now, for right now, and that also means roster changes, injuries, and more interceptions. I've learned that interceptions are more common and more likely to happen in Access 19 than they are in Access 17, as the defenders don't drop passes as often. So therefore, you're going to see a bunch of interceptions in all the games in all these. There's also injuries and penalties, so it's going to be crazy. Alright, enough talk. Let's talk about the first game. First game, the Cleveland Coyotes at the Dallas Lawmen. Now, the Cleveland Coyotes, I don't know how they made it to the second round, especially against Boston. They've beaten Boston, which is not something they normally would do. But hey, they got the Cleveland Browns, Guardians, and Cavaliers routing for them. And on the other side, you got the Dallas Lawmen, who I don't remember who they took out, but the Dallas Lawmen, I believe, are usually going to be around this point. So, as their other teams are the Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers, Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Stars, and the Football Club Dallas. As you can see, I featured all logos because why not? As in my prediction, I predict that the Dallas Lawmen are going to go to the quarterfinals. I still am surprised how Cleveland even made it to the second round. This isn't the only shock that's in this, because there's like at least a couple of upsets. Alright, next game. Carolina Rebels at the Baltimore Braves. These two incredibly great teams are going head-to-head in the Peridot Cup. These two teams are very dangerous, but Carolina is extremely dangerous, as they went 13-0 in the season 3 of the Extreme Access Football League. The Baltimore Braves may have struggled, but they ended up taking home the Season 3 Access Championship game in the XAFL, which is a seasonal competition. The UAFL is going to have even higher stakes, as it's going to be a annual competition that lasts for 12 months, as there are 5 different stages. And there will be 36 franchises in the first stage, and less franchises will make it to each stage. So until in the final stage, where it will be 2, and it will be a final series. But I'll get more into that once I get ready for the next UAFL season. Now, in my prediction, I know I'm a Baltimore fan, but I believe that I'm going to predict the Carolina Rebels are going to win this game, because they've been outstanding. They've been destroying opponents. So that's my prediction. Hopefully I'm wrong, because again, I'm a Baltimore fan. So cross your fingers, your team wins. Game 3, Green Bay Axemen. Yes, Green Bay only has one franchise that's actually relevant, and that's the Packers. I would include, now, yes, I'm not including Milwaukee because that's a different city. So you got the Green Bay Axemen at the Minnesota Pride. Both of these teams were a little bit different, but I think the Green Bay Axemen might move on to the next round, as the Minnesota Pride aren't really that good, in my general opinion, but they've made it. Minnesota actually surprised me in the first round, actually. I forgot who they played, but whoever they played was pretty strong for their own level as well. Next, the Las Vegas Outlaws at the Indianapolis Gladiators. Now, I don't know how the Indianapolis Gladiators are still alive right now. I don't know. But the Outlaws, they're probably going to be very, very strong in the Cup, as they are contenders. So I think the Las Vegas Outlaws might take this game, as Las Vegas just knows how to play football, but not well enough because, again, in the XAFL, Baltimore eliminated them within the first round of playoffs, I believe. So yeah. Next game, the Nebraska Thunder at the Orlando Rockets. Now, the Nebraska Thunder is the only team in the franchise that does not have an actual franchise that's in the major leagues like NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, MLS. And they don't have anything. So, and then they also play the Orlando Rockets. This game is going to be the game of the week. Like, this is the game of round 2. These two teams are almost equally skilled, as the Nebraska, both of these teams have lost to Baltimore in the playoffs. So, they have a lot in common. The only difference is Nebraska lost in the AFC Championship game, and Orlando lost in the Access Bowl. So, again, Orlando got second place in Season 3. So, I don't know who's going to win this game. I honestly don't know. But I'm going to predict Orlando might win this one. Next game, Kansas City Wranglers at the Pittsburgh Ironhawks. This is a rematch of the XAFL's first round playoff game. So, this game might be interesting because Pittsburgh could be looking for revenge, as they were eliminated in that playoff series in the first round of playoffs. This round is basically the same as the first round of playoffs in the XAFL because, well, except there was a little bit less teams in the XAFL, as there were 14 in the first round. Two of them clinched in the second round, but there was 12 teams competing in that round. In this round, there's 16 competing, so there's more franchises. Now, the Kansas City Wranglers were eventually defeated by Baltimore, as well, as they were, I believe... No, they weren't. No, they weren't. They were defeated by the Nebraska Thunder in the second round. So yeah, my prediction is I don't know. I have to think. Both of these teams can do it, but I believe Pittsburgh might do it. I think Pittsburgh is going to win this game and get that revenge because they have more potential than you normally would think. So if Pittsburgh loses and I'm wrong, oh wow, I'll be surprised. I'll be what in the shock. Next game, Arizona Heat against the the Tennessee Bloodhounds. Yes, that's right. The worst team in the entire league somehow won a game. So maybe are they still the worst team? No one knows, because now they're in the second round as they've beaten Washington in order to get here. Now, Arizona is starting to become a really good team, apparently, as they're starting to dominate their opponents on the field. As both of these teams pulled off an upset to get to this point. But only one of them is going to advance to the third round. And I believe Arizona's going to do that because, well, Arizona's just a better team in general than the Tennessee Bloodhounds are. As normally, the Tennessee Bloodhounds have the worst records in their division and are always fourth place. Arizona, however, are contenders and actually are not always fourth place in their division. And the last game, not at least, the Miami Warriors at the the St. Louis Racers has also made it. Again, I told you there was a lot of upsets. And that's why St. Louis is here in the second round. Oh, and if you don't recognize the logo on the bottom right, St. Louis that team does not exist yet, but the MLS is expanding and they're adding St. Louis a Major League Soccer team, so that's why that's there. So it's going to be the Miami Warriors at the St. Louis Racers. I think the Miami Warriors can win because they are contenders. They may have been eliminated, but they are still a pretty good team. So again, what I mean by eliminated is eliminated in the Season 3 playoff contention in the XAFL. But they came close. They were contending. So yeah, that's basically that. And that's basically everything you need to know about the second round of the Peridot Cup. And until then, Hugh Jordan 1, peace out.